Allow me again to introduce Mr. Danish Rizvi, CEO and CEO of SASCO Limited, SASCO Holdings Limited, pardon me. And he'll be sharing with us his success story of how he started as an investment banker, his challenges along the way, how he overcame the challenges, and how he's managed to be able to run a multi-billion-dollar corporation currently. You're very welcome, Mr. Danish.
Thank you very much to have me over here. It's an honor to be here and to be speaking about it. Never been interviewed before like this. I normally do the keynote speeches, but yeah, sure, it's great. Thank you.
Mr. Danish, tell us more about yourself.
So I have been in the industry since last 23 years now. When I say industry, it's basically the world of business because I have very diversified exposure. I've been into different industries, and that's why it kind of gives me a 360 degrees exposure. I have been into shipping industry, logistics. I've been in investment banking, commercial banking, risk management, venture capital, private equity, asset management. So there's a lot. I have been also teaching and a trainer as well. I've been a visiting lecturer for some universities back home in Pakistan. And I've also been a very big advocate, and I support a lot of humanitarian initiatives around the world. I started my career when I was 19, before even I started off my bachelor's degree. And since then, it's a long ride. But right now, I'm the Chief Operating Officer for SASCO Holdings. It's a multi-billion-dollar organization. It's a conglomerate and investment company, and we invest around the world. This is basically also kind of in tune with my own way of looking at things in terms of diversifications. So we have been involved in renewable energy to chemical manufacturing plants, processing, real estate, F&B, and a lot of things like that. We also, since last 2 years, been kind of expanding towards the digital assets, and we believe that the blockchain and digital world and crypto is also be the future. So we are now also going in that direction, and we're always very aggressive in trying to find the right projects to partner up with.
Tell us what exactly inspires you and why SASCO Holdings Limited? Why do you do exactly what you do at the moment?
So I think inspiration comes from everything, I guess. If you have the mindset of achieving things, then you find inspiration and motivation in every little thing. I mean, I remember the time then I saw my first daughter start walking, falling, standing again, and learning from that. Not only that, I see a lot of people over here in this region, around the world, who are trying to make something out of their lives. Everything, every little thing motivates you. It's basically human nature. If you want to be motivated, you find ways to get yourself motivated. So anything can inspire me. I have friends over here who I have seen build from small to big organizations, investment companies, and so. And I think that's what inspirations comes from.
Wow, that's quite touching. Seeing your child and gaining inspiration from that, and your friends. That's really amazing. We would love to know what challenges have you faced along the way, and how have you been able to overcome them?
Well, when you're talking about the investment opportunities, businesses around the world, I'll just take you a little back. So we have to go through a journey of failures as well. When I started off my career at 19, it was kind of because of some circumstances that I had to take over my family business. And it was a shipping and logistics business, and in 5 years, with my full dedication and hard efforts, I was able to mess it up. and had to close it down. But the point over here is that failures is which help you actually understand a lot more. After that, I was basically in the banking industry and in the risk management division, where I've seen thousands of people, thousands of corporations and companies be a success and a failure, and looking at their financial and operational decisions, learn a lot from there, right? So when you talk about challenges from personal side or organizational side, there are many. But one which really stands out is finding the right people. Working with the right team, the right people is the toughest thing to do because you don't find them much. When I say right, it's not about the right qualifications, it's not about the right exposure experience. It's basically the people who have same vision. They believe in what you believe in. They are driven from that, and they believe in a collaborative progression rather than just having individualistic approaches. So finding those kind of people is always a challenge in our organization. Up till now, money has never been an issue for us. It's the human capital. I think that's one of the biggest issues that most of the organizations face out there.
Have you been able to find a solution to that? And would you share with us how you are finding the right people or how you're moving forward with that?
So the solution is one thing. I mean, you have to be driven. You keep on going on. You don't give up. And the more people you are with, you're meeting people, you're basically kind of expanding your horizon in terms of meeting maybe you do find those people. And if you find them and you find the right partners, you don't let them go. I mean, we right now have some amazing partners with us. And more than the $1 million assets that we hold, I feel that those partners are bigger assets for us. So we have people working for maybe 15, 20 years for us, and we would like to retain them. We nurture those relations. And this is not about employees, it's about whoever works with us. It could be service providers, it could be lawyers and anyone who's basically a partner to us in terms of businesses. So we keep on going on, and there will be disappointments. There will be, as I said, as you said, challenges. So yeah, we will have those challenges because again, everybody has different expectations, and we kind of learn from all the experience that we have in life. I'm luckily had a few mentors in my life. One of the mentors is, I believe, is one of our chairmen, who's here in the audience as well. And one thing I've learned from him, I'm not sure if I've told it to him ever, but one thing I've learned is, because I'm I do actually take a lot of stress when I'm faced with challenges. He's the one who's helps me to be holding on to the composure and take it easy. Because things will happen, and things will happen for a reason. You'll find something or the other, but you have to be calm, and you keep on moving forward in that direction with the dedication, and it's okay. One thing goes, the other one comes in. It takes sometimes 3 to 4 months, and basically you have nothing on your table, but then again, you just keep on going on. So I guess it's just your motivation and your drive. Just don't give up on that.
Well, I know that as an entrepreneur, investor, you face a lot of rejection, yeah? And many of us do. I mean, you talk to a sponsor or talk to an investor, and they're like, no, we don't want to invest right now. How do you deal with no's and rejection?
I don't get any.
You don't get any?
No, I do. Obviously, we all do. The rejections are part of the business. I mean, the whole thing is that we need to understand, and that's what I would like to know all the time. If there is a rejection or there's no, there's always a reason behind it. And I'm a little intrigued in understanding those reasons, not necessarily to get that and convert it into acceptance, but rather than actually learning from it and moving forward. So yeah, I mean, we try to negotiate, and if we are getting too many of rejections, then I'm not good at my job too, right?
So how have you managed to stay consistent on your journey?
I believe that it's not just me. I don't think anybody is consistent in their journey. Inconsistency is part of our lives. We'll have our highs and we'll have our lows. The best analogy I give to most of the people on that topic is that I'm sure some people must be doing some stock trading and forex trading or crypto trading as well. So you'll have your wins and you'll have your losses. The most important thing is your number of wins have to be much more than your losses. And that's how you remain consistent. And the same formula applies in your life as well.
What is your why? Why do you do what you do in business and personally?
So, for sure, I think money drives a lot of things. So, making money for not only for myself or the organization and our investors and shareholders, it's actually also kind of giving back to the society. We have amazing stories within our organizations as well, where we are doing a lot of charity and initiatives around the world, irrespective of geography. We are, and that's what we want to do. We believe that if we are here, and I am here, and our team, and our people, and all of us actually over here are privileged, and that privilege is most of, I guess, luck and the way that we got our progression in our careers. But there's millions of people out there who did not get that chance. And it's our responsibility to uplift them, to help them build up in their lifestyle, healthcare, everywhere. So basically, that's my drive, and that's where I want to make an impact. Just to add over here, it's something which a lot of people use it for marketing purposes, but we kind of believe in actually doing something on the ground as well. And the investment projects that we do, from whatever it is, from mining to refineries and so on and so forth, we kind of have this model that we want to have some kind of revenue stream going towards the communities in that region. So it's not only we benefiting out of it, but they've been benefiting out of it. The whole thing is, if you create an ecosystem where all the players and stakeholders are benefited out of it, then I think we all can be on a journey of success.
What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be remembered for, your legacy?
Okay, so I have been actually running a small pet project for some time. And it kind of goes back to, I think, 5, 6 years back. I've been actually thinking about it since a very long time. All the parts of the world where we come from, actually, the cultures that we actually come from developing to developed countries, people who are under the poverty line or at the poverty line, the biggest issue that they face is, their choices. So even if they have some amount of money, the choice goes in educating the boy and the family and not the girl, right? So I have this passion to actually build up a network, which I am actually at the moment, and which will form into a foundation. And our purpose over there is that we educate girls from those underprivileged communities and build them up from secondary, primary, secondary, and then higher educations, and make engineers, doctors, data scientists, and developers, and so on and so forth in their fields. And not only that, but they have an opportunity to kind of do that same for different people. So it's like a pyramid to form. And maybe I think my legacy, I would say, the thing I would be very proud of, if I am here or not, some girl someday standing on the stage saying that, yeah, there was someone who started this, and I'm a product. So I think that's what I want to be remembered for.
That's quite noble. Well done. What is your success formula?
My success formula is my belief in my God. Very generic, but no, I think I feel like my duty is to never give up, and his duty is to never let me down. So it's just not a line. I feel it's quite deep-rooted. if we, all the motivational speeches people give and everything, it somehow goes back to one thing, is that one higher being which we all believe in some way or the other. And that's what keeps me going, and that's a formula.
What are your final remarks to youths, entrepreneurs, and our audience today?
Well, I've been in this industry since a long time, from the private equity side, from the venture capital side as well. So there's a lot of things which happen. I'll be putting just 3 points over here for people who are doing startups or have businesses or small businesses. My 3 advices. One is think out of the box. When you're thinking out of the box, it also means that we have to actually slightly move away from our preconceived notions of what will happen and what will not. There's a lot of evolution which is happening, as George just mentioned. There's so many things which have been happening in the industry, and this will keep on happening. The evolution will keep on happening. The mindset and the acceptance level will keep on changing, right? So I'll just give you a small story. I shared this with my team some time back. When I was 19, 20 years old, I had a few friends who were very much into business, and one of them came to me with an idea. And in our country, we used to buy these eggs in a small brown bag. And he said, why don't we actually use these eggs and provide them in a proper packaging and sell it at a premium in major supermarkets? At that time, I was like, why would people do that? Why will people expend a little bit more on the same thing as the same product? But in today's world, this is our norm. So the thing is, anything is possible. You need to actually keep out and do something. The second thing is execution. So if you have an idea, if you are thinking about something out of the box or whatever it is, or it could be a fork from a normal product which is out there, and you're just creating an additional layer to that, you need to go and execute. If you sit on it, most probably somebody else will take the lead. I have this belief that if you're having this idea right now in your mind, maybe 10 or more people around the world will have the same idea at the same moment. If you're not going for it, somebody else will. So do not lose that. And the third is obviously the execution. How you're going to be actually doing that research and providing it to the financiers and investors. So we come across a lot of opportunities on our table. Somehow I feel that they are not well researched, or they are not to the same level of what the expectations are for the investor side. So for you to understand, as investors, we have thousands of opportunities landing on our table. If we find there's not a good team, or there's not a full concept which has not been tested, or it has not been well researched and not planned, then it kind of loses that quality amongst the 100 of opportunities on the table. So money is finite with every investor. You need to be the best to obviously get there.
Where can people connect with you and your company?
So I'm here. Some of my team members are here as well. We are here the full day. Anyone who wants to connect with me, I'm here as well. So otherwise, I am on social media, on LinkedIn and Twitter as well, so anybody can connect anytime. We're quite open, and that's the whole thing. The more people we meet, the more startups we meet, the more opportunities we go through, the better probability we will also have to find the best of best among them. So we're quite open, so anybody can reach out to us anytime.
Share with us your social media handles. People would love to connect with you. Entrepreneurs have business plans. They need funding. Share with us.
LinkedIn is easy. If you try to find Danish Rizvi, my name, on SASCO Holdings, you'll easily find me there. No worries.
Danish Rizvi. Find him. And if you have a company, an entrepreneur, startup, they'll be available to look into your project and actually fund it. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. It was a pleasure having you, and thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, gentlemen.